So my property, what is that? Expiry date. So policy expiry date is a target property. This is a target property in declare expression rule. Suppose if I am going to create an activity or data transform, whatever you create, activity or data transform you create. So in the activity, I am going to write property set method, simply property set, and here I am going to choose policy expiry date, policy details. Where is it? Policy details dot policy expiry date is equal to some data I am giving. Policy expiry date. This can be a hard coded value, this can be an expression, or this can be another properties reference. I am going to save this now. Just time on. Okay, I'll choose policy details dot policy effective date, something like this, in order to avoid these kind of errors. But I got another error message. This is not the error related to the value that I supplied. Look at here, policy expiry date I am setting with a value of something, whatever that can be. Okay, so when I am setting, it says an error, target property already specified in another expression. So this is the error message, target property already specified in another expression. So that means if your property is a target property already being assigned using a declare expression, that can never be used anywhere to set again. So that cannot be available on left side. So this property nowhere you can use in your application to set it by using an activity or data transform, or somehow if you are assigning a value to this property, ERBC will prevent you, because this must be only calculated by using expression that is already specified, that must be followed. Okay, nowhere else this property can be used to assign with a value. That is the restriction. So if you have a target property in declare expression, that property can never be used anywhere else in your programming to perform assignment operation as a target property. But this can be made available as source. Suppose you want to set something like this. Suppose this is on right side now, policy details dot policy expiry date from policy. So this value I am reading into another property. This is acceptable. You can read a value to this property, but you cannot write the value to this property anywhere else other than declare expression. So once you define declare expression and make a property as a target property in expression, that property can never be written anywhere in your further programming. This is clear? Okay, this is limitation on declarative expression target property. So security wise, you have access group, access role name, access role to object. Next, fourth one, write down privileges. Privileges, privilege, you can say privilege. Fifth one, access deny. Last one, access when. Access when, access deny, access when, access deny, access when. So let me explain you the basic idea about all these connections of these rules. If you open operator profile, so operator profile is being added to access group. If you open access group, okay, when you open access group, you have access roles available. This is access role. If you closely observe, access group name starting with application name. If you see access group name start, okay, here I'll show you, starting with application name colon. Similarly, access role name also you see application name colon. Okay, access role you open. Next, what you identify here is access role to object. Okay, let me open this access class, Click on this. See, this rule is called access role to object. See, your access role to object is the one which defines different levels of access, different types of access for different environments. Up to this clear, everyone? Connection? Okay. So this is how it is connected. Okay. We are going to discuss now about access role to object. I will just show you a new rule form for this and then I will explain you. All these you will create under which category? Security category. Okay, I am creating first access role. I will create an access role. I am creating an access role. Access role name I am going to give. What is that? So add to rule set SunTrust, application is SunTrust, and the name of this rule is prevent activity execution. Prevent activity execution. I am going to prevent activity execution. Okay, prevent activity execution, create and open. So now, is there anything that you are going to do inside? Nothing. Just save it and leave it. You remember the screen. See, when you save it, there is nothing else came. Okay, it is asking something to add. Access class, read instances and all. I am not going to add anything now. Role name I have created, just simply. Okay. Next I am going to create role to object. Access role to object. Security access role to object. And here you go ahead. Label. What is the label? Okay, this is SunT activity execution prevent. Something like this. See, role to object you need to link to role. So the linking is happening here. Role name. Click the down arrow. You will see SunTrust, wherein which prevent activity execution is there. Did I add SunTrust before this? It will automatically take the based on the application name. It will take application context. You have chosen a checkbox, right? Radio button that is already selected. That application name will be automatically added. Okay. So this is the one which we have. Access class, on which class you want to go ahead and make this available to prevent. So I want to prevent it in work class. Execution of activities in work class has to be prevented. Okay, create and open. So now it is going to ask you open instances, modify instances, delete instances. Did we discuss about anything all this? No. For this requirement, what we need to bother about? Okay, open instances. Do I have facility to open instances? 5. I will give total access 5. Modify instances 5. Delete instances 5. I am not going to bother about all these things. Run reports and all. Execute activities. What should I do? Activity execution. I have to allow or prevent. Prevent. I want to prevent execution of the activities in this environment. What is the number I have to give here? Can I give? Okay, this is development environment. Before this environment, I have experimental environment. In the experimental environment, I want to allow. Then what should be the number? 1. Because this environment we have already seen, it is 2. Okay, suppose let's go with 0 otherwise. 0 means completely prevent. Okay, open rules, all these I want to give 5. Modify rules, delete rules, everything. This is okay. Save this. Okay, history tab is mandatory for a class like. So role to object and role is given. Okay, so now I am going to go back to role name. Just refresh this. Do you have role to object added automatically? Role to object is added. So you can do either of the ways. You can click on plus icon and define here. Otherwise, you create a role name, role to object you create and select the role name in role to object, save it and save everything, refresh, it will be automatically linked. Okay. Now I have role name, role to object. Where can I add this? Access? Access group I have to add. I have to find out an operator. So where in which for that operator, I have to add all this in the access group. Okay. I'll go ahead and choose. Okay. So let me go ahead and choose another operator. Let me open other operator. What is it? Organization, right? Organization, operator ID. Ours is Oh, I'm sorry, I'm explaining in SunTrust, huh? But not a problem. Okay, I'll create a new operator ID. Hang on. Save as. Save this. DevOps 2. Here, I'm going to add him access group. What is the access group? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to open the existing access group. I'm going to open the. Okay, I'll create a new access group then. Role to update and access group also I'll create. So here you see, I'm going to create a new access group and add this because I do not want to disturb the existing application. This is called prevent activity, something like that. Trading from admin only. So this is the one. So here I need to add the role. So I have to add a role here. What is the role? So I have a new group now. The new group is prevent activity execution. In the access group, I have added a new role. So admin role I am not removing. I have to modify if required. I will modify accordingly. Okay. So now if I am going to log in, what is that? Okay, let me check now. Save this. And now I am going to choose to execute this. Execute primary actually it is updating. Hang on. Operator. Change this. What is the access group? This I have not changed. For this operator, I would have changed this. And access group kuda ravali. Let me test this way. I'm adding another access group here. Access group. Let me log off and log in button. Sunty DevOps 2 password is rules. If it is not working, we need to modify existing access group and again create technical activity because admin has right execution access already, but I am preventing adding another access group. How it works? Let me see. This is working. This access group I have to modify. So if you go to this access group, what is there? It has administrator role as well as this one. In this administrator role, it talks about it doesn't talk about our work class, right? Let me test now. Sunty DevOps 2. Let me check back. So now this operator has admin access, some other access group. Access group has prevention. but again another access group is there. Let me check how it works. It is working. I'm able to execute, right? I need to change this. It's preventing now. Let's see how it works. Oh my god. Okay, everything has gone actually. Sunteam DevOps 2, it doesn't have access to execute activities. It is not working. It doesn't have access to execute activities means while loading it will execute some of the activities. That's why it is not loading. Yeah. You need to apply exactly to manager. Better than activity execution. Okay, I'll show you through privilege. Anyway, so this is the way it has prevented. Anyway, while logging in itself, it is loading access group. From access group, it is loading access role to object. Access roles and access role has role to object. Role to object is preventing execution of activities. When you log in as an operator, you need to PRPC will execute some of the activities internally that you have prevented. So activities are not executing, you are not able to log in. The same I will show you using a privilege. Okay, just look at here. I am going to show you now privilege. So let me create a privilege role and explain you again. Create security privilege role. Testing privilege. So in the privilege rule, you define the same. So okay, save this. Save this privilege rule. Why it's not given plus icon? Okay. Save this. Let me open access role. Okay, I'll add here. Hang on. So for a privilege, once I create a privilege, I am going to add access role here. Create. Where is this technical security? Access role to object. Let me create an access role to object. Testing privilege. Role name I am going to choose previous one. What is that? SunTrust. Prevent activity execution. Access class is this one. Created open. This instance already existing. Testing privilege role to object in this role. Create security role name I am writing. Testing privilege. Create and open. And save this. Now I'll create a role to object. Otherwise I can add here. I'll create a role to object. I'm going to create another role to object. Security role to object. So role to object testing privilege. Role name is Sunteam testing privilege. Access class is this one. So the same what I have created previously I am creating now. 5 5 5 0. Right, it is asking privilege. So go here and add a privilege. So my privilege is testing privilege. I'm going to choose the level to be. It's not showing work class. Oh, he is applying access when this one is not required. Actually, my privilege can add a This is privilege rule, right? Let me refresh and see. Why it is not showing anything? Access role name should be added in. Admin @ Sunny password is roots. See, it would have been updated previously only. Okay, after you refresh, it would have been updated automatically. See, now this privilege is added to one role. Previously, we created access role name, role to object, and defined the roles 5, 5, 5, and all. Additional, now what we have done is we created a privilege and associated privilege role to object that will be associated with the role name associated with the role to object. Okay, so before you log in and log off, it was not there. If you observe, now if you open the role name has role to object has defined values like this. Okay, so where in which it is not executing activities, it is not allowing you to execute activities. If you use this privilege anywhere, then it will prevent you from executing activities. I will open one of the activity which we have created. What is the activity? Okay, I'll open from here. Technical activity. This is the activity. So in the activity, if I am going to run this, I should be able to run this now, because I did not apply any privilege. It's running. This is means success. You can see the tracer also. Now if you go to security tab of activity, here you have a privilege you can add. What is the privilege I want to add? Some privilege which I have created. Now this privilege is linked to role to object. Role to object is preventing execution of the activities in 0. 0 means preventing everywhere. Okay, now after I save this, if I am going to run, some error. What is the error? Let's see in the tracer. It's not coming. See, execution itself is not happening. Activity started, activity end. So there is nothing being executed inside activity. So if you want to see this, go through log files. Let me show you the log location. Later I'll tell you about logging. System operations logs. Any errors you see here? See, insufficient privileges. Rule execution denied. So the rule which you have executed has been denied by process commander because you have insufficient privilege. So now this is the way to work with a privilege. See, access role to object is going to define different levels of different accesses for different levels of environment, whereas privilege combines with access role to object, and it also does the same thing. Privilege also you go, role to object you have to go. Role to object, what it defines? Levels of access. So when you have access role to object which does the same thing, privilege combined with role to object will do the same thing, preventing or whatever it is, accordingly the access whatever that you specify. So then what is the difference? Why we need privilege when we have access role to object? You can create access role to object, you can create role name, role to object, define the levels of access, add it to access role, access group, everything is completed. The same again you are doing using a privilege. You are creating a privilege linking with role to object. When you link with role to object, what is happening? You can call the privilege. When you call the privilege, it is using role to object and looking at the levels of access, and accordingly it is working. So when you have role to object which is doing the same thing, why you need privilege again? Is role to object you can associate and call with role. Role you can call in access group, means that's for group of operators. Access role to object which defines different levels of access cannot be called on independent rules. Activity itself, I want to only one activity. I have 10 activities. Same access group people will access all these activities, but one of those activities I do not want a resource to execute. Only one of those. I'm just giving you an example of activity to make it pretty much live. Okay. So only one of those activity I do not want to execute. Can you implement using role to object? You cannot implement using role to object, because role to object associated with role will be associated with access group. Access group is for one entire application or only for one operator, one rule? It's for entire application and rules of that application. So when you add role to object in a role name and add to access group, that impact of execution of activities I have shown you. While logging itself, everything is gone. Means that is for every operator with that access group will be affected. All the activities will not be cannot be executed. But unlike that, when you add role to object, when you add privilege in role to object and use privilege, privilege has a facility to call on independent rules. Only on independent activity, independent section if it is available. Independent rules you can call privilege. Now when you call the privilege, it will look at role to object. What is defined? Only that will work for only a specific rule that on which you are applying privilege. Suppose if I remove this privilege, suppose look at here, I am creating another activity. Same operator. Test2, create and open. Okay, here property set. So I am the operator. Now I have two activities. I am executing activity 1. I am executing activity 1. So whatever it is, name of the activity doesn't matter. Am I able to execute? I have access to execute this. Okay, but I am executing activity 2. Am I able to execute? No. See, look at here. Now, activity 1 I am able to execute because there is no such privilege. Activity 2 I am not able to execute because it has a privilege on it which is instructing that it should not be executed. Now, I logged in as operator 1. Suppose operator 2 logs in and he tries to execute this activity, privilege activity. Will it be executable? Executable or not? It will not be executable. Any operator log in and try to execute this activity, can they execute? Now, operator 1 has access group 1. Operator 2 has access group 2. Operator 1 executed, not able to execute. Operator 2, access group 2, able to execute or not able to execute? Not able to execute. It doesn't depend on execution of, it doesn't depend on access group. It depends on only one privilege that you directly applied on that rule. That rule, anyone is trying to execute, it will not work. So your privilege when you can apply to rules, when applied irrespective of access groups and all, it works global only for that rule again. Okay, but role to object, role name and call in access group. What does that mean? Role to object will be added to role name. Role name you will call in access group. When you log in as an operator and try to execute it, it will choose the access group. Access group to access role to role to object will be executed and levels of access it is going to take. Now this works only for specific rule or to enter access group level. Suppose access group 1, I have applied one kind of role to object preventing execute activities. Operator 1 belongs to access group 1 preventing execution of activities. That is a role to object. Operator 2 also belongs to same access group. It has same role to object. Operator 3 is there. He has same levels of access everything except he doesn't have that role added. That prevention execution of activities role is not there. Now operator 1 and 2 login. Will they be execute any activities? Operator 1 and 2 has a role defined on their access group which prevents execution of activities. Operator 1 and 2 login. Can they execute any of the activities? no activity they can execute. Now operator 2, operator 3 logged in with different access group. So can he execute activities? He can execute activities. So is there any way directly using access role name, can you prevent the execution of a specific role? Access role to object, access role name, access group. Using these three combination, is there a way can you prevent only one specific rule execution? Is there a way? No. There is no way. What is the way if you want to apply it to specific role? So role to object has to be added to privilege and privilege has to be called. Clear? So that's why you see privilege is available on activities. Whichever the rule has privilege available, that rule you can prevent irrespective of access group or applications that you are executing. So privilege is going to work global to all the operators of all access groups. Or only specific? Global or specific? I am not asking rules. Okay, privilege is rule specific. Is it specific to access group or global to operators? It's global. Privilege is specific to rule but global to operators. Role to object role name, that is specific to access group and global to operators. You can say specific to access group means in that access group n number of operators that is applicable. Only that access group again. Specific to access group, specific to operators of that access group. We can say. Okay. But that is global to rules. That's not specific to rules. That is global to all rules. Okay. It's not only one activity. Every activity that is applicable. Clear? This one you should understand. So interviews, if they ask you, you should be able to tell them what is the security model here. Is access group to role name to role to object. Done. This is one set. Keep it aside. Role name, role to object, privilege. This is second set. What is the difference between choosing these two? Privilege and role to object specifically. So privilege is going to be called on single rules. That is global to all operators specific to role. Whereas access role to object role name are like these are specific to access group and global to all rules. Reverse. There it is global to operators but specific to role. But here role name role to object is global to roles, all rules in that specific access group. Okay, this is clear. So that is how role names and privileges works. This is the main point which you need to understand. So 99% you will not get chance to work on privileges and all. See, when you are working on privilege and security, it is highly sensitive data. You are working on sensitive information. Suppose in a business you open any of the access role name and you say suppose preventing execution of activities and you add it. So everything will be gone. Everyone logs in, they will not be able to log in. Okay. So it is very sensitive. So mostly tech leads will be working on this. Given a chance, if you are working, you need to get reviewed multiple times. Should be reviewed and thoroughly been tested. Okay, this is clear, everyone. So this model you need to understand. Let me draw a diagram for this. Okay, let's go ahead and look at security model in PRBC. Security model in PRBC. Security model with respect to from access group. I am not talking about authentications and all before this. So first what you have? You have operator. Operator is associated with access group. Access group is associated, we are going to bother about only security, not application portal. Access group is associated with access role name. This is associated with access role to object. See, access role to object defines different levels of access for different environments. This number represents environment here. 0 or blank means do not give access at all. Number 1 means experimental environment, case studies environment. 2 means development environment. 3 means test environment. 4 means production. 5 means pre-production. Open instances, if I give 3, what does that means is open instances 3 with this level of access, anyone having this access role to object, open instances 3 means they can open the instances of test environment and below environments as well. Clear? This you should understand. It's not only that 3 and below, less than or equal to 3 environments, you are allowed to open the instances. Suppose if I give 4, what does that mean? I can open the instances from pre-production, test, development, experimental. Can I open the instance from production? No. See, I am going to give run reports. Run reports here, I have given 5. What does that mean? 5 means you can run the reports. Any operator with this role to object added to role name and added to access group should be able to execute the reports in production and UAT, test environment, development environment, experimental, any environment. That is the meaning. So number you are giving, that number means from that environment onwards, all lower environments you are allowed. Okay. So this is role to object will be defined. So role to object defines access types, I can say. Access types means execute rules or prevent rules. To different environments. Okay. So now if role to object, if run reports is being given as 5, as 4, that means users with this access role can run the reports from pre-production environment, in pre-prod environment and all lower environments, but not prod environment, which is 5. Okay, this is role to object. Okay, so this is how role to object works. Okay, so now access role to object works at what level? Access group level when role is added in access group. That means role to object is global to applicable global to all the roles in that access group. So role to object is applicable global to all the roles in that specific access group, which defined by that access group. So coming to privilege. Now what is the concept of privilege? This is using access roles. So next, security model using privilege. So when I say security model using privileges, how it works? Access role name, access role to object, privilege. So you can create privilege also initially. So hang on, I'll say here privilege. First create privilege and then first create privilege, leave it, and then create access role name and access role to object. Then in the role to object you add privilege. So open this. and here you go privileges, add a privilege here. Now this privilege is going to associate two-way role to object. You are adding in privilege you are adding in role to object. So for this privilege, what is the role to object has? Now this privilege will be linked to role to object. So this is two-way direction. So access role to object and privilege. So you are adding privilege in role to object. Now you can call this privilege role. You can call this privilege role on individual roles. On individual roles. You can call this privilege on individual roles. See, when you call this privilege on individual roles, what happens? Privilege is applicable to specific role, but global to all access group operators. Privilege is applicable specific to that particular role, but global to all the access group operators. This is clear? So this is what we have discussed. Let me open an operator ID. Operator security tab. Do you have anything here? Operator file, access role. Let me open access group. Access group has roles, find, advanced, name, access control. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is up to this, everyone clear? Okay, now specific role, global to all access group operators. Irrespective of your access group, you log in. Rule privilege is there on role. Any operator from any access group execute that role, which is preventing execution of activities that will not be executed. But when you add access role, access group to operator, only that access group operators will be given with that access privileges, access levels of that particular access group only. No other access group it is applicable for. Okay, so it will be little bit confusing. Okay. Access role to object defining environment numbers. If you give 4, that means from environment 4 and below environments it will work. That is fine. See, I want to prevent the execution of the activities, wherein which I want to prevent it for environment 1, 4, 5. Environment 1, environment 4, environment 5. But 2, 3 it has to execute. So how to achieve this? Otherwise 1, 3, 5 I want to execute, 4 and 2 I want to prevent. Execution of the activities, I want to allow the users to execute activities, experimental environment, test environment, production environment, but not in the environment 4 and 2. So can we go ahead with numbers and all? Will it work if I give numbers? Suppose thinking I want to execute in 5, I will give 5. What happens? 4 also you should be able to execute. But I do not want in 4. I want in 5, 3, 1. But I don't want in 4 and 1. Suppose if I give 4, it works for 4, 3, 2, 1, but not for 5. But I want 5 to be executed, but not 4. So in these requirements, your numbers will not be working. Now what you should do? Access when rules are available. Okay, I'll show you. I'll open and show you. Access when or access deny rules. Access when. So you have to write a when condition. It doesn't deal with environment now. You write a when condition. So if you want to prevent in 4 and 2, there should be some criteria, right? Based on what criteria you want to prevent in 4 and some other 2. That criteria you write down here. Access when. So access when, how it works, it is a positive or negative. It prevents or allows. Access when? Allowing or preventing? Access when means allowing. I want to allow for which environments? Environment 5, all this. So now I'll create a access when rule. Access when rule, I am going to call in a role to object. So here in place of the number, I will call access when rule. Okay. So now this when condition, now in place of this execution of activities, right? I have called access when. Save this, and now you are added to access group and all. So now operators login environment 1, environment 2, 3, 4, 5. Whichever the environment you log in, it doesn't matter. For execution of activities, it will execute when rule. When rule satisfied, you are allowed. When rule not satisfied, you are not allowed. So now does it deal with the numbers? It deals with when condition. So execution of activities now depend on when condition. Okay, I am taking activities as an example. So irrespective of the environment, you want to prevent the users or allow the users, you have been provided with access when rules, and there is another type of rule called access deny. There is another type of rule called access deny. So this access when rule, what you see here is a positive condition. What is access deny? Look at here. Access deny. Okay, before we proceed itself, you guess and tell me. See this rule form and tell me. Is similar to any other rule form? So access when, everyone clear? Access when rule. Access when rule is used to allow the execution of the rules in any of the environment whichever satisfies the when condition. What is the purpose of access deny? It will prevent based on what? See, if you want to prevent based on condition, already you have access when, not satisfying, it is preventing. Why you need access deny? It's not access deny when, it's access deny. You got it? It's not access when, it's not access deny when, it's access deny only. Access when means based on when condition. If I say access deny when, based on when condition, it will be preventing, but not, it's not access deny when. Access deny is opposite to access role to object. What does access role to object will do? Access role to object will be associated with access role name. Is it associating? Access role name and applies to class something and create and open. It will define the numbers. Now tell me how it works. I give 4. How it works? Modify instance, I have given 4. Means it will deny for 4 or lower environments. It will deny for environment 4. Okay, I will tell you the requirement, then you will understand. I have a requirement where I want to allow the access only environment 5, but I don't have any condition here. There is no condition, something which I want to allow only in 5, but remaining 4 should not be executed. You got my point? Only 5 should be allowed. So access role to object I will create, I will give 5. Then will it be executed in 5 or lower environments also? But my requirement is not that. My requirement is only 5, but not remaining. There is no when condition at all. This is one test condition you have to meet. Now what is the solution? Access deny. You want access deny rule? There you are going to give a number 4. Means access will be denied for 4 and below environments, but higher environment is accessible. So in the access security model of accessing, there are 3 test cases. One test case is allowing access for the environment and below environment. Second test case is allowing access with respect with allowing access irrespective of environment but based on some conditions. And third test case is denying the access. Okay, we will say this way: allowing access only to specific environment and higher level. Reverse. Okay, so now what happens? First test condition I can meet by using role to object, role name, add to access group, environment and lower will be accessed. Second test case if I have to meet irrespective of environment based on condition. What is the way you will follow? You have to add role to object. In that you have to call when rules, access when rules you have to call. That works irrespective of environment based on when conditions. Third one, access denied. So I want to execute only specific environment and higher environments. So now access role to object, access when. I don't have when condition here. So reverse of role to object is access denied. So you give a number 4, it will execute for above 4. 4 and below will be denied. So I want to execute above level. 4 if I give, 4 and below will be denied. 3 I give, 3 and below will be denied. 4 and 5 it will work. That is the way you have to use access deny rules. These 3 test cases in security model, we need 3 types of rules. Role to object, access when, access deny. Privileges separate to all this. Okay, on specific rules. This is clear? So this is about access deny rules. Okay, now tell me. Okay, here you go. Access when. What is access when? Access when rules can be called in. Okay, access when. Where do you call this? Access role to object. So instead of environment numbers, environment numbers, we give access when. So whichever the environment satisfies the when condition in the role to object, that access level will be applicable to that environment, to that specific environment, okay, whichever the environment which is going to satisfy the when condition in the role to object, that access level will be applicable to that specific environment. Okay, that is what access when rule. Access when rule, it is required. Access when is required when we want access levels to be applicable based on when conditions, instead of numbers. What is the disadvantage of giving numbers here? Numbers will not allow you to prevent or execute in different environments. It will not allow either one level and down below levels. Okay, but you want random environments you cannot apply by using numbers. If you want to apply randomly to different environments, then you have to proceed for when rules. Okay, so what is the next one? Access deny. Do not get confused. Access deny is not reverse of access when. Do not get confused with that. Okay, access deny, reverse of what? Access role to object. Reverse of access role to object. So in an access deny, can you specify when rules? Instead of numbers, can you specify when rules? You can specify when rules also. See, access deny, instead of this you can specify the when rules also. See, look at here. So now this is access when. Whichever the environment satisfies this condition, will it be denied or allowed? It will be denied. Reverse. Okay. So access deny rules also you can call when rules. Okay, but leave it. So reverse of access role to object. So the environment number, it works for it works above environments. It works in above environments of specified number. Suppose I'll give you an example. Suppose execute activities or prevent activities. Suppose prevent activity is equal to 3. What does this mean? Activity execution is prevented. What environments is prevented in? Environment 3 and below. Environment 3 and below, it is prevented. Higher environments you can access. Okay. Avuna? Correct enough? No, wrong. Prevent activity 3 means activity execution will be prevented for environment 4 and 5. What is this? Access? Reverse of reverse. Prevent activities you are denying means you are allowing activity execution. Got it? Bengal. Access when? I'll tell you. Roll to object. Roll to object. Prevent activity 3. What does that mean? Activity execution will be prevented 3 and below. Correct? Access roll to object. Prevent activity execution is 3. Means activity execution is prevented 3 and below. Correct enough? So that is for positive. Now it is negative. Deny. Access deny 3 means access is denied for 3 and below environments. But what I am doing? Preventing activity execution. Denying. Preventing is denied means allowing or not. Your prevention is denied. Prevention is denied means you are allowing the execution of activities. So that means prevented in 4 and 5. This is where you will get confused usually. Okay, you are denying the prevention. Prevention denying means you are allowing. See, if you say denying 3 and below environment, there is no difference between access role and access deny. There is no difference. Okay, so like this you have to think about access deny rules. It will be a little bit confusing. You have to take each set as a separate. Access group, role name, role to object separate. Access when is separate. Access deny is separate, and the other one is privilege, completely different. Okay, this is clear. So in the access deny rules also you have privilege. Do you have privilege facility? See, go to access role to object. Access role to object, a facility to call privilege. So this defines these numbers. You go to access deny. Access deny has any privileges? Privileges cannot be applied in negatives. Privilege can be tied up with role to object, but not with access denies. It's not possible. Okay, there is no such facility available. Down below also not there. Okay, so this is clear. Let me check it once. Hang on. Even I am also getting confused sometimes because we do not touch these rules every time. Maybe in your lifetime you'll get once or twice if you are tech lead. It works reverse. Open instances if you give, denied the ability to open. Prevent instances means denies the ability to prevent. Denying the prevention means allowing. It works reverse. Okay, this is clear. This is about access roles and all. Okay, so okay, now one more point here. You remember I have a privilege rule which I have created. What is the privilege rule? Testing privilege. Privilege rule I have associated with role to object. Right? Associated or not? It's a two-way or one-way connection. Privilege to role to object. In the privilege rule you have role to object. Open role to object. Role to object you have privilege. When you create a privilege, add in role to object. Role to object will be added to privilege. Privilege will be added to role to object. So you have one role to object, you specify numbers. In the role to object, you see some of the privileges added in the privileges tab. Can I add multiple privileges here? Okay, now my question is, can a privilege rule be associated with multiple role to objects or not? So this is privilege rule. Can a privilege rule be associated 1 to n? I am asking 1 to 1 euro privilege to role to object to privilege. Can a privilege be associated with multiple role to objects? Possible or not? Role to object I have created, security privilege tab I have added privilege. Second role to object I have created. Same privilege can I add there or not? So one privilege can have multiple roles to objects. Now role to object can have multiple privileges. This is role to object. Look at here. Multiple privileges can I add? I add or not? I can add multiple privileges. See, this is many to many relationship. When you are working, you should be pretty much clear. Okay. So you should clearly understand the access levels in your application, accordingly you have to define. So whenever you are going to create any privilege, see, I want to verify whether this operator has certain privilege associated or not. One operator has access group. Access group has role to object. Role to object has privileges or not. I want to verify whether operator has a privilege or not. See, you have a function available in PRPC. Where do you access the functions from? Functions, where we access? Functions. This is function. Ekkadi nunchi access chestam functions? Expression builder. Use expression builder. There you have functions. Out of which one function is there. Operator has privilege. What is the use of this function? So at certain point of time, I want to identify whether this operator has this privilege or not. I can use this function. Operator has privilege function is going to, okay, I'll show you an activity. Okay, I'll show you in UI, hang on. UI, suppose visibility. This is the visibility condition I want to apply. Presentation, across the visibility. Expression. What is the expression? Here the expression is one condition, otherwise I'll go with one condition. Hang on. Cancel this. Condition when condition I am giving some condition. In this condition, when condition, I am going to use expression builder. Insert condition, insert group, delete. Insert condition. What is the condition? Expression evaluates to true. The expression I am going to write here. What is the expression function? I am going to choose as operator has privilege. What is it? Operator has privilege. What are the parameters to it? Tools, leave it. This is not required to be touched. Privilege, name of the privilege that you want to verify, and access to which class, work class you can give. Now if you define this, visible when operator has certain privilege, those operators which has this privilege added in their access role to object can see this UI. Okay, like this in the visibilities also you can use to call privilege rules. Privilege rules you can call in the visibility conditions. Condition should be an expression. Expression should have a function. Operator has privilege. Pass what is the privilege you want to verify. So how it works at runtime? When the screen loads, it will execute the when rule. When rule has to verify this privilege you mentioned is there or not. Now how it will get? It will go to operator profile to access group to role to object will verify privilege. Privilege is there, then this will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, so like this you can use privilege many places. Visibilities, in the activities also expression builder you can use. Preconditions, post conditions also you can use. One step I want to execute only to certain operator, that is my requirement. How do you verify? Only to one operator I want to verify. I want to execute this step, otherwise skip this step. What are the ways to do? You need some condition, one condition, but I am not providing any one condition. I am asking you to do with the privilege. Only those operators which have this privilege. See, operator 1 in access group can have this privilege. Operator 2 in access group can have this privilege. like that. So only those operators with specific privilege have to execute one of the step in activity. Then you have to use this function. Operator has privilege, execute the step, otherwise skip step. So like this, you can apply in different ways in PRBC. So if you look at the differences of all these things, access roles, what are the, just 5 more minutes, difference between, what is it, access roles, I mean role to object, privilege, access when, no need to discuss about other one, okay, access when. What are the differences? Now tell me one after other, hang on. So this one is access role to object, and this is privilege, and this is access when. So role to object, what it is going to do? So what it will do? Role to object defines access levels based on environment numbers, also access when, based on environment numbers, access when. So privilege, that means, okay, next point, role to object associate with access role and access, thus through it access group. What does that mean? Okay, we'll come to that point. Okay, so next, what about here? Privilege associate with what? Privilege will be associated with what? Privilege associates with role to object and applicable, okay, role to object, that's it, applicable, that's it. Access when, what is the difference here? Defines only when condition, associates with role to object, all these are associated with role to object only. Now, so what is the meaning of adding this role to object in access group? Okay, when we, okay, access role called on access group is applicable to what? Applicable to all the rules, comma, all the operators of that specific access group, correct? That specific access group. Coming to privilege, privilege can be called on, privilege can be called on privilege can be called on individual roles like activity, okay, flow action. You open flow action, look at here, you have privilege, flow action, okay, so flow action, etc. Okay, so now tell me, privilege is applicable, చెప్పండి, global to all operators irrespective of access group, but this is specific to only the rule on which we call it, on which we call it. So now access when, leave it. There is no comparison here in this point. Okay. So next, what is this? What about this one? Role to object. Role to object defines environment defined with environment numbers. Environment numbers will provide access to numbered environment and below environments. For example, if prevent activity execution here is 4, means what happens? Activities can't be executed in environ 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Okay, but coming to access when, so instead of environment numbers in access role to object, we can call what? Access when rules. So this works irrespective of environment, irrespective of environment. Whichever the environment satisfies the when condition, necessary access will be given. For example, prevent activities is given with access when, is added with access when a is equal to 10. Okay, so now whichever the environment satisfies the condition a is equal to 10, then activity execution will be prevented. So this may work for it may work like this: environment 1, 4, okay, 1 and 4, that's it. It may work like in a different order, not from that environment to below. It may work only for 4 and 1. Okay, so like that you can use access when rules. There is no meaning of privilege here. Privilege also you can add again role to object. Role to object can have access whens, that will work. So main differences you need to identify is between role to object and privilege. Okay, so these are the differences between all these three. Okay, so it is a bit difficult to understand the structure. Okay, it will be pretty much confusing. So you must have to go ahead and think about each as a different set, and then only you'll understand. Okay, you can't understand. Okay, so this is clear.